These shocking revelations from the Bible about what Jesus went through that you never knew will blow your mind. Number 1. Jesus was beaten with a whip. Many people are not aware that Jesus was whipped before his crucifixion. In Matthew 26, it says that after Jesus was arrested, the next day his accusers came to him and took him to their council to condemn him. Then they began to mock him and spat in his face. And he, being defiled, left their presence. And when he had called all the chief priests and the elders of the people, they came to him and accused him of blasphemy and said that he was worthy of death. So then they delivered him up to the Gentiles to crucify him. Luke gives more details, saying that they stripped him and scourged him with a whip. John the Baptist had previously proclaimed that someone would come who was more powerful than he was and whose sandal he was not worthy to untie. This person is Jesus. After Jesus had been arrested, John sent a message asking Jesus to confirm his identity. In response to this message, Jesus performed a multitude of miracles to prove his identity. Number 2. Jesus was flogged with a Roman cat o' nine stripes. In the Bible it says that after they had mocked him, they stripped off the robe and put him back into the tunic. Then they led him away to the place of the cross. There he was crucified between two robbers. In those days, a Roman cat o' nine was used for flogging, which involved 9 leather strips with 9 lashes or knots. Each knot represented a severe punishment, and if a person survived the flogging, they were considered very fortunate. The Roman soldiers wanted to humiliate Jesus and make an example of him, so they flogged him severely. Even today, there are many scars on the back of people who have been flogged. This means that Jesus probably also bore these types of scars. Number 3. Jesus had a crown of thorns pressed onto his head. In the Bible it says that after mocking him they made him a crown of thorns and put it on his head and put a reed in his right hand and bent down and bowed the knee before him and mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews." One type of crown that was used at that time was a metal headband with sharp thorns attached to it. The thorns would dig into the head and blood would drip down the face. They also placed a red-hot branding iron on the top of his head, causing excruciating pain. They pressed the iron into his flesh, causing branding burns. Number 4. Jesus was forced to carry his cross. In the Bible, it says that they led him out on the way of the cross, which is called Via Dolorosa. It was common at that time for the condemned to be forced to carry their cross to the place of execution. The crosses were very heavy and often the condemned would have to drag them along the ground. Jesus was carrying his cross when he met his mother and Mary Magdalene and others. When they saw him, they began to weep. But Jesus told them, "Woman, behold your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Behold your mother." From that hour that disciple took her into his own home. Carrying that heavy cross could take hours, and was designed to make the condemned suffer and be exhausted by the time they reached the place of execution. No. 5. Jesus was nailed to the cross with nails that were too small. In the Bible, it says that when they had reached the place called Golgotha, which is the place of the skull, they offered him vinegar to drink. But after he had tasted it, he would not drink. Then one of them took a sponge full of vinegar and put it on a reed and gave it to him to drink. And when they had crucified him, they divided his garments, casting lots for them. At that time, the Jewish religious leaders and the crowd that had come with him began to mock him and say, "He saved others. Let him save himself, if he is the Christ, the chosen one of God." Even the 2 robbers who were crucified with him treated him this way. So now they are mocking Jesus because his hands and feet are being nailed to the cross with small nails. These nails were so small because the Romans did not want to waste larger nails on condemned people like Jesus. To make matters worse, Jesus was not only nailed to the cross, but the nails were hammered in. This caused the nail to penetrate deeper into his hands and feet. Some historians believe that these nails penetrated so deeply that they went through his hands and feet and came out on the other side. Which revelation shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you next time.